for the thick of it all. If they don't give me room, well then I'll give them the wall. I'm gonna smoke my tires when the victory calls. I'm gonna be there, be there. I wanna see my face up on the jumbo screen. Feel the white hot metal of a winning machine. Because you win or you lose and there's no in between. I wanna be there, be there, be there.
NASCAR on speed. Be there.
The 7th Target Series race of the season heads short track racing in the Commonwealth of Virginia. We're here at the Richmond Raceway for the running of the Target 300. Carson Bowers, the 25 on the pole for tonight's short track race. To his outside, starting second, the 11 of Keegan Thompson. Starting third, we have the 22 of Luke Rainey. Fourth, it's Alex Reynolds. And rounding out the top 5, Landon Lyons in the 10 car. Sixth place, we have Jake Galloway, the 18. In 7th is Trey Rainey. 8th, we have Jay Rando. 9th, we have Adam McDowell. And John Smith, the 09, rounds out the top 10. Behind them, we have Brett Sierra to his inside, the 15 of Jonathan Buford, along with the 1 of Eli Bright, one last race at Hillside, and to his inside is the 40 of Edwin Mendez. Then there's Nathan Green and Jack Marshall in the 60 car, along with Bronson Minnick and Nogin Scott in the 16. Then there's Tyler Fink and Anthony Nez, the 31, with Evan Hunter and Riley Spurlitube in the 47. Then we have Code Luigi and Alex Fletcher, the 41, with Mathis Wells and Marshall Burrow in car number 89. Then there's Leon Capana and Justin Zidell, the 99, along with Zachary DeLello, and the 02 and Jonathan Rinsey comes in as our points leader. Then we have Jeff Bright, the 5, and his teammate Jennifer Beaver in the 88 to his outside. Then there's Jack Canaramo and Casey Nanico, along with Sebastian Kukulan and Freddie Soto, his teammate. Then there's Andrew Bean and Oliver Evans, and rounding out the field final row, Danny Lloyd, the 38, and the 29 car of Kashawn Richardson. There's our 40-car field for racing at the Richmond Raceway in the Target Series, the Target 300. Let's fire these engines up with the starting command.
Drivers, start your engines!
You're ready. Shut it back down.
40 engines fire up here as we're ready for racing at Richmond. 45 laps of short track action. It's called the action track for a reason. We're going to see a lot of passing and maybe some contact and wrecks. Short track race in the Target Series. Bowers, Thompson, front rows. They come down to take the green flag. We're racing at Richmond. Already a couple of lead changes. Landon Lyons start 5th. He leads the first lap of the race in the 10 car. Trey Rain beneath brother Luke for a second as they go through 1 and 2. Trey to second. Lyons leads in the 10 car. Down the back, Trey looks low in the 10 of Lyons into turn 3. The 10 up the racetrack a little bit. Here it comes Trey to the inside of turn 4. Back to the line. Lyons led by a skosh. Trey Rain will bury down to the bottom of turn 1 to clear for the lead. Jonathan Beeford, the 15, moves forward to second down the back. Getting the help from the 40 of Edwin Mendez as Trey Rainey pulls away with a nice gap. Looking 3 wide Mendez, backed out of that. 3 wide back here. Thompson made contact with Rainey down to Nogin Scott. They saved and controlled their cars. We're still trucking here at Richmond. Edwin Mendez got forward to second, trying to run down. Trey Rainey was pulled away, but the 40 reeling him back in now. Buford's now 3rd. McDowell up to 4th. Bowers, our pole sitter, back up to 5th on the inside. For that race lead, though, Mendez is closing in, is now pressuring Trey Rainey as they go off turn 2. He has a run down the backstretch for the race lead. On the back of the 32 into turn 3. Trey slides up. Here comes Mendez's chance right here off turn 4. Side by side for the lead at Richmond. Mendez is beneath Trey Rainey to turn 1. He'll take it away. Through 1 and 2 on the inside lane. Rainey slides wide. Loses a ton of time. Here comes 3rd place. Bowers hard on the gas. Back there, position change. Beeford went high. Landlines went from top to bottom to make the move work on the inside lane. Here comes second in points, Mathis Wells. Over 100 points back of Jonathan Reigns' points lead. Wells inside the top 10 as Reigns is not near the front end of the 02 car, back in 40th in last. So this could be a good points day for drivers like Wells and others that are trying to run down that 02 car's points lead. Scott muscled his way to 3rd, get by Carson Bowers, and Landon Lyons, leader of the first lap of the race, coming back forward. up to fourth, getting by Carson Bowers. For the lead again. Trey Rainey inside Edwin Mendez off to turn 3. The 40's going to slam the door shut down low. But Trey got the run off the corner there, backed up his entry, got a great run exit. He led the lap. And they're still side by side for third, which means even though those front two are side by side, they're not losing anything. Trey and Mendez both slip the racetrack. Trey takes it away from Edwin as they go down the back into turn 3. Edwin looking for the crossover through 3 and 4. Looking to the inside corner exit. He's back down to the inside. They're side by side, get for the race lead. And third place Noggin Scott is running them down in the draft. Not only in the draft, but them just being side by side, slowing each other down that much. Here comes Scott up to third, looking for a second on Trey Rainey. Has a great run off turn 2. Front 3 broken away. Fourth place is Landon Lyons. Fifth is Jack Marshall. Anthony is up to 6th. Here comes Jeff Wright to 7th. Carson Bowers 8th. Then the battle for 9th. Fletcher is outside. Inside is Mathis Wells, the 87. And Wells takes 9th. He'll take 8th as well. Get by Carson Bowers. And how about Jeff Wright? You can call this Bright Country. This is a track where both Eli and Jeff have won a multitude of times. Jeff has swept races here before. And last season in the Target Series, Eli was second, I believe, both races in the Target Series. So he, even though he won last race at Hillside, he wants to win here tonight to show he can win at Richmond, not just finish second a ton in the Target Series. Three-way battle for the lead. Trey Rainey muzzles Mendez to the side. He'll lead the lap. He brings Noggin Scott to second. Scott looks for the lead in turn 1. Noggin trying to get there. Trey trying to block him off and maybe just kind of slide him down low. 3 wide back there. In the middle is pole sitter Carson Bowers. Daniel Lloyd to the inside. Eli Bryce well driving back in the 1. Here comes Brett Sierra trying to get by the 1. Danica with that 98. And McDowell on the outside driving back. Jay Randall's up there. Front 9 are clear in single file, except for up here for second. Scott now to the front. Trey Rainey's all the way back to third as Edwin Mendez moves to second. 32 looking for a crossover. The 40 drove it into the corner, slid up for the 32, and Trey back to the inside takes second away. And Scott pulling away. Jeff Wright looking in 7th. Riley Spurgeon winner Daytona's 8th. Wells is 9th. For 10th, Sierra moved Danny Lloyd up the racetrack. Sierra inside the top 10, the 98 car with the run now onto the front 9. Hernandez put to the outside from 6th. He'll drop back as Trey Rainey back to the lead by Noggin Scott. 30 to go in Richmond. Here's our first battle is for 6th on the racetrack. Hernandez to the outside, Jeff Wright to the inside. Those two are teammates in the Gatorade Cup Series. No teammates here in the Target Series. Jeff to 6th for the lead. Landon Lyons inside of Trey Rainey. Lyons on the first lap of this race. We're in lap number 17. He's looking back for his second lap led of the race. Lyons to the lead. Looking 3 wide for second position. Scott ahead of that. Clears for second. Slides up. And Mendez to the inside. Back there a crossover is made as Hernandez got passed by Jeff Wright. He crossed back under the 5. Put the 5 to the outside. Now Mathis Wells will get 2 spots up to 6th position for the A7 driver. And back there a squeeze of 3 wide. Hernandez, Jeff Wright, Riley's going to make the big time move into turn 3. Will he make it work? Jeff Hernandez rubbing to the wall. 31 into the wall. Jeff Wright, Hernandez hit the wall. Yeah, Jeff kind of went up the racetrack there, put that 31 wide. 5 didn't get the wall. 31 got heavy duty right side damage right there. And he cannot be pleased with Jeff Wright, who's still driving back at the outside. For the lead, Jack Marshall takes it away from Landon Lyons. The 60 now leads in Richmond. 25 to go at the start-finish line. We've had crazy racing where we've been caution-free so far, but now 3 wide for second. They clear that. Mathis Wells for second position. Second in points, Wells wants the points lead. He's over 100 points behind Jonathan Raines, but Raines is lagging at the back of the field. He's gained some spots, but not too many. In fact, he's actually gained a lot. He was 40th when we last checked him. He's now inside the top 20. So the 02 is coming forward. Wells wants to get up here and lead laps and win this race. Can't have Raines be getting too many points. Wells with a bid for the lead off turn number 4. He's right on the back of the 10 car off to turn number 1. He can make that move right there, but Lyons did a great job protecting the bomb. He pulled away through 1 and 2. Battle for third. Trey Rainey fell back. Jack Marshall in 4th with a run, but Riley Sprotube in 5th looks for 4th. Marshall trying to get by Trey Rainey. They're side by side for 3rd. Front 2 are clear. Wells really wants to get up there and beat Landon Lyons right here for this lap lead. He's down to the inside. Can he make it work this time? Oh, he slid. They're going to be 3 wide for the lead off turn 4. They're contact. Wells, Lyons, rub. Wells led by the nose of his race car. Marshall to the inside for the lead. Jack Marshall takes it. Wells slides with Lyons. They get together. The 10's in the wall a little bit. 47. Riley Spurgeon moves up to second because of all that tomfoolery back behind him. Edwin Mendez. Here comes Brett Searer, winner at Michigan. He's joining the fray. Up inside the top 5 for Brett Searer. He moves around Lyons for 5th. Riley Spurgeon 4th tie. The battle now for the lead is between Jack Marshall and Mathis Wells with 20 to go this time by. How about John Smith moving into the picture? The 09 inside the top 10 for the first time tonight. Up to 7th, get by Trey Rennie, who's been dominant today. Another dominant car today. Nogin Scott moving back inside the top 10. Get by Jeff Wright for 10th. And here's two drivers that might not be too happy with each other. Hernandez moved by Jeff Wright. For a third one, got that right side here because the 5 put him into the outside wall. Hernandez back around the 5 cleanly. But maybe if it's late in the race, he might remember what happened. Wells is back out in front in the 87. He led that lap. Brett Searer looking for his first laps of the night within the final 20 of the race. Searer won at Michigan. Looking for his second win of the season. Mathis Wells looking for the points lead. Riley Spurgeon won at Daytona. He's looking for his second of the season. Searer clear to the front. And Riley Spurgeon clear to second. How about John Smith? Where does he come from? Quietly consistent this 09 has been tonight. Up to 3rd. Looking for second. 17 to go. Searer leads in the 98. For 3rd, Trey drove it in on John Smith. Pushes him aside. Trey's up to 3rd and for the lead. Riley Spurgeon was there on Brett Searer. He'll move to the inside. He'll try and get around through 3 and 4. And he'll inch ahead. He'll lead with 16 to go. Riley Spurgeon out in front now in Richmond. The Target 300 drawing near to its end. Trey Rainey back into contention. Moving up on the inside for the lead. Jack Marshall back down the inside. How about Jonathan Buford moving forward? We haven't talked about him much of this race. He's inside the top 5 with 15 to go in the Target 300 at Richmond. Landon Lyons moving back forward. To the inside, Mathis Wells. Jeff Wright trying to get back into contention. The 5 inside the top 10. Jake Gowa hanging around 11th. Hernandez is 12th. DeLello 13th. Nako 14th. Scott back to 15th with his teammate Soto in 16th. Hunter is 17th. Kukulon is inside the top 20. Denny Lloyd. Yellow flag is out for the first time, and the race has been flipped upside down. Caution flag within the final 15 laps of the Target 300 as the race leaders are coming back around. They've not taken the yellow quite yet. Rainey back in front. 13 to go. Under 10 to go restart here in Richmond. It always happens late here in the Target Series. This is no difference. Caution flag is in the air. Within the final 15 laps, we'll have a restart with under 10 to go in the Target 300. Possibly involved Nathan Green, Andrew Bean, and Tyler Fink may have definitely been involved. He's on pit road, some sort of issue. Let's see what happened. Our caution flag is out in Richmond. Contact right here, and it was points leader Jonathan Rains that started this accident. Off into turn number 3. Fink ahead the 27. Rains dive into the bottom, and right there, gets in the 27, spins him up to the outside. Watch this hit. How hard he hit the wall to go upside down like he just did right there. And takes a few more tumbles. Right there. Tumble, tumble, tumble for Tyler Fink at Richmond. A scary crash, and apparently Nathan Green and Andrew Bean were just off the pace because they weren't spun around. They didn't bring out the yellow flag. This is what brought the yellow flag. A disastrous tumble for Tyler Fink down in turns number 3 and 4. Yeah, that's a hard hit as well. To flip like that, it's very interesting. Luckily, it's back on all 4 wheels, and he'll be out of the race, though, because of that hard hit. Trey Ray's been one of the dominators here tonight at Richmond. He is out front within the final 10 laps of the race. Can he hold on for the win? Can someone else who's been up at the front try and challenge? We'll go green with under 10 to go in Richmond. Lights are out atop the pace car. We'll go green lap number 38. Will this be the final restart? Will we get a quick yellow flag to set up another late race restart? Trey Rainey in control for this one. Tyler Fink, only car out from that crash, as he was the only one that crashed. 39 cars set to settle this as Trey Rainey leads the 32. Jack Marshall is second. Jonathan Buford third. Riley Spurgeon fourth. Landon Lyons is fifth. Mendez, Jeff Bright, Sierra, Jake Galloway, and Wells are the front 10. Green flag back in the air at Richmond. Trey Rainey trying to get away on the break. Got a decent restart. Marshall stayed with them to turn 1. And Trey up the racetrack. Hear the tires squealing. Marshall to the inside. Jack Marshall. Jonathan Beaver goes low. The 60 slides up into the 32. 7 to go right here at Richmond. Jack Marshall leads in the 60. Jonathan Buford with a bid for the lead at turn 1. He'll move to the inside. And side by side for the lead. Riley Spurgeon joining the fray. Landon Lyons back to the front. Here comes the 40, Edwin Mendez and Brett Sierra. With 6 to go, this is anyone's race. Any yellow flag would end it now. Riley Spurgeon to second. Buford up the racetrack, Riley for the lead. Lyons with them, around the goal on the backstretch, straight race sideways. Is that it? Is the yellow out? It is. Riley Spurgeon trying to beat Landon Lyons back around. Can he do it? He will. 5 to go, that should be it. The front runners wrecked on the backstretch. Campana's still wrecking. Trey Rainey and Edwin Mendez might be angry with each other as our front runners taken out and more crashing. Soto and Hernandez have crashed. It is over in Richmond, I do believe. Riley Spurgeon is going to pick up his 2nd of the season here in Richmond. 5 to go. Yellow flag out. Front runners wrecked off turn number 2. Trey Rainey, one of the dominators here tonight, is not going to get the finish to show for it. Caution flag for the 2nd time. Let's see what happened. Hard racing inside the top 5 at the end of this race. Trey Rainey in the middle of the racetrack as Edwin Mendez is the one down low the 40. 32 gets in the 60 and Marshall Lowe right there comes down into the 40. Mendez, Trey sideways trying to control his car, trying to save it. Mendez then goes down, hits the inside wall. 32 gets hit again by the 40, spinning him around. Cars get by on the outside. Caution flag in the air, which should end the race early. And I believe Campana hit someone right here. Right there. Yeah, he hit the 32 to get up into the wall. I don't think Mendez was too happy with Trey Rainey right here. Watch this. They're hitting, and then Trey, I think, comes back down to Mendez. They were none too pleased with each other right here. Yeah, I believe Mendez was mad probably because Trey Rainey got up into Jack Marshall, which then came down and got the 40 right here. Stay right there, come down and get that 40. And right here as they're pulling away, Mendez kind of goes up to the side of Trey and what the heck, man? Hits him. Still in them. Still in them. They were not too happy. And then Soto, Hernandez. Hernandez got spun by Nanico. That was the only car that crashed. I believe he should be fine to continue on, and if it ends under yellow, he should get that 12th place finish. So Riley Spurgeon beat the field back to the start-finish line. He has 3 to go, so we're coming to 2 to go. If the lights do not go out, it is over in Richmond. If the lights do go out, we have 3/4 of a mile to determine the winner. Survey says Riley Spurgeon is going to win in Richmond. We'll come back at the checker flag. Riley Spurgeon will win his 2nd of the season. Riley Spurgeon is going to do it. Hung around all night long inside the top 10. But when he came forward, it was when it mattered most. Within the final 15 laps of the race, he'll steal the victory here tonight when maybe other drivers have the better car. Riley Spurgeon wins the Target 300 at Richmond. He beat Landon Lyons by maybe half a car length back to the caution flag to win here tonight. A crazy one here at Richmond. Definitely lives up to the action track for sure. Let's go see the finish results of the point standings after a crazy race in Richmond. Here are the finish results for the Target 300 at the Richmond Raceway. We had 2 caution flags today for 10 laps. One ended the race under the caution flag. In 20 lead changes, 9 drivers saw the lead here today in Richmond. Reigning supreme, it was Riley Spurgeon picking up his 2nd of the season, moving himself back into championship contention, leading 7 laps here tonight. 2nd place belongs to Landon Lyons, Jonathan Buford 3rd, Jack Marshall 4th, and Brett Sierra rounds out the top 5. Mathis Wells gets a well-needed 6th place finish to move himself up closer to the points lead that Jonathan Rains had pulled. 7th place for Jake Galloway, Jeff Bright gets 8th, Zachary DeLello 9th, and John Smith 10th. Casey Neckwood gets 11th, Anthony Hernandez had all sorts of damage on the third one, bands up in 12th. Danny Lloyd 13th, Evan Hunter 14th, Keegan Thompson 15th. Nongat Scott gets 16th, Freddie Soto 17th, Alex Reynolds 18th, Marshall Burrow 19th, and Cole Luigi the 33 rounds out the top 20. 21st belongs to Luke Rennie, 22nd Justin Zaidel, 23rd Alex Fletcher. Jonathan Rains, our points leader, gets 24th, so it could have been worse. Could have been a lot better though. And Bronson Meg 25th. Sean Richmond gets 26th, Oliver Evans 27th, Eli Bright 28th, Jack Caneramo 29th, Adam McDowell 30th, Nathan Green 31st, 32nd Jay Randall, 33rd Andrew Bean. Trey Rainey, the Heartbreak Award of the night, led 16 laps, the most of anyone here tonight, was definitely the best car here tonight, but crashed in the final yellow flag. He gets 34th. With Edwin Mendez, who's also running up there, he gets 35th. Bowers from the pole gets 36th. Sebastian Kukulon 37th. Liam Capon 38th. Jennifer Buford 39th. And Tyler Fink, the only car to retire from this race, he gets 40th. Let's now go see the point standings. Here are the point standings after 7 races. Jonathan Rains is the one on top of the O2. He has a 41-point gap now over Mathis Wells, who is still second. Riley Spirit, his second win of the season, moves him up into 3rd position. Landon Lyons is 4th, and Anthony Hernandez is still 5th. Keegan Thompson 6th, Nugget Scott 7th, Brett Searer back up to 8th, Nathan Green is 9th, and Jack Caneramo holding the final spot inside the top 10 in points. Danny Lloyd is currently 11th, Eli Bright in 12th, Marshall Burrow is 13th, 14th for Jack Marshall, and 15th for Jonathan Buford. 16th, Bronson Mick, Luke Rennie 17th, Colucci 18th, Zachary DeLello 19th, and John Smith rounds out the top 20 in the 09 car. So 7 races, 6 different winners here in the Target Series. All 6 winners, or 5 of the 6 winners, are inside the top 20 in points. The only one that's not is Tyler Fink, down 25th in the points. Jeff Bright's currently 21st. Alex Reynolds 22nd. Jake Galloway 23rd. Casey Nacko 24th. Jennifer Buford 25th. Leanne Capano 26th. Evan Hunter 27th. Kashawn Richmond 28th. 29th, Andrew Bean. Sheree Rennie 30th. Freddie Soto 31st. 32nd for Alex Fletcher. Carson Bowers 33rd. Jay Reynolds 34th. Tyler Fink 35th. Adam McDowell 36th. Oliver Evans 37th. Edwin Mendez 38th. Sebastian Kukulon 39th. And Justin Zaidel rounding out the points field in the 40th position. Well, next race will be a standalone race for the Target Series as we go to the Milwaukee Mile, Overton's 300 in Wisconsin. I will see you guys then.